Inuagata Nusahai is my name. I'm the corporate trainer and workforce activator. Today, we are going to be having a conversation on 6 ways you can help your boss to help you. You know, when you help your boss succeed, you are actually helping yourself to succeed. Another way of looking at the topic is 6 ways to effectively work with your boss. 6 ways to manage upward. It's a strategic topic that helps drive workplace effectiveness, organizational effectiveness, and business productivity. 6 ways to help your boss to help you. You see, your boss depends on you, to be reliable, to be honest, to be effective, and to be dependable. And, 6 ways to help your boss to help you, or 6 ways to effectively work with your boss, is for you to intentionally, work with your boss in a way that will give the best outcome, the best result for the organization, for the company, the best outcome, the best result for your boss himself or herself, the best outcome, the best result for you. When your boss succeeds, certainly the success will rub off on you. When your boss succeeds, you are also succeeding. When you help your boss, you are also helping yourself. This is just so important. And the number 1 way to help your boss to help you is for you to know and understand his performance expectations. Know and understand what he wants. Don't assume that you know what your boss wants. Don't just assume that, when I do this, when I do that, I'll be able to, give him that, the fulfillment or give him that, satisfaction. No, don't assume. Get proper clarification. Understand his performance expectation. What does he want? How does it, want you to deliver result? Now, if maybe the system does not properly give, a defined roadmap on you understanding what he wants, it is not out of place if you come up with an expectation memo, have some things documented you believe that he may want you to do, and then look for a way to meet him one-on-one or send it as a mail to him, and then he goes through them. If there is any addition or deleting of some of them, he would attend to it along that line, and at the end of the day, you are on a proper roadmap in working in line with what he expects from you and what he expects of you. This is so key. Understand your boss' performance expectation. It's so important that you also ask those that have worked with him before, on what he wants. What does this man actually want? There are some people you will meet in the system, probably you've just been, appointed to work with him or her, or you've just been employed. There are some people that you will meet in the system that certainly have worked with him before. They are now in another department, or they've been posted to another beat, and then you are just coming in, and these people are around you for you to ask questions. Some of them may not even be in the system again. They might have resigned, but you have opportunity to reach out to them, ask questions. If you don't ask, you won't know. Ask questions, find out what does he want, and then you'll be helping yourself to help him to also help you. This is just so key. Then the second one is for you to communicate. Keep your boss updated with your job. Keep him updated. It is so important you keep him updated, because that will go a long way to help him to know what you are doing, the job you are doing. And that will help you a long way, because when you understand what you are doing, that means that there is a tendency of him not adding more workload to your workload, because you already understand what you are up to. Update him with how far you have gone. Update him with the steps you are taking. If you have achieved any amazing results, it's very important you outline them. And then also, if you have made any mistake, own up to those mistakes. Let him know that, yes, I made XYZ mistake, and then these are the action steps I have taken to fix or remedy this mistake. This is so important. Communicate. Update him regularly. It's okay. Then the third one is for you to understand his preference. In other words, understand his work style. Understand your boss's work style. Different bosses have different work styles. And when it comes to the issue of communication, updating him with information as regard You know, the number two we looked at just now, updating him with the job you have done, you know, probably the mistakes you have made or the tasks he has assigned to you. In terms of giving feedback or giving report, there are some bosses, they are readers. In other words, they will want you to document every detail, you know, document them, write them out, probably soft copy version as a mail, or you may even have to print it out for some of them. Then you send it across to them. They read through, they note some things, then they invite you to the office later, or you talk on the phone, you know, via video call, and then you discuss over it, and then we move forward. They are readers. That's how they are. That's their preference. That's their work style. Then you now also have some bosses that are listeners. You know, you just walk into the office and he opens, you know, your door and just asks you, Mr. Nosa, how are you doing? How's work today? Work is fine, sir. Thank you for asking. And then he asks you, that place I sent you to the other day, that client I told you to meet, how far did you go? And face to face, you just give him the report, you talk to him, you know, and you just give him the summary. He listens to you, and then he goes his way. That's his preference type. That's how he works. He's not the type that will sit down and now start going through all the I's and if they were properly dotted, all the T's, if they were properly crossed and all that. It's not, that's not his style. His style is that he's a listener. He just asks you, maybe call you to the office and you just tell him what happened. And you give him report, this is what happened, this is what I did, and this is what I didn't do, and this is the correction I've made on the mistake. And you will just move forward. He's a listener. And then when it also comes to decision making, there are some superiors, some bosses. For every decision you make, you must touch base with them. You must carry them along. They don't want you making decisions without them not being a part of it. Then there are some superiors, some bosses. They give you the free hand to make a decision. You know, they don't micromanage. They just give you that room to make decisions, take steps, and when you are through, you just later come and tell them, sir, this is what I did, and this is the outcome, and this is the follow-up measures we are taking. And they are listeners. They just, you know, you just move forward. You know, this is so important. Understand his work style, his preference. You know, that is just so important. Then the fourth one, understand his pressures. Please, as an employee, you are not the only one that is under pressure. Your boss too have pressure. His pressure could just be family pressure, a sick child, a sick wife, or a sick husband. That is a lot of pressure on the psychology of your boss. A lot of pressure. You know, the pressure could also be pressure from debtors pressure. Those that are owing him, he has rendered a service. You know, the company has rendered a service, and for months, they are not, you know, being paid. Or probably his salaries have been held back. They've not been paid for a while. That can bring a lot of pressure on him, on his psychology and all that. Then sometimes it's creditors' pressure. Those he is owing, those the organization is owing, is a pressure you also need to take into consideration. Then it could also be government pressure, government policy pressure, you know, a lot of things oscillating in the environment, and this can bring a lot of load for him. Sometimes your boss pressure could be pressure from his own boss. It could also be pressure from investors. You know, he's running a company, running an organization. A lot of investors have brought in money, and they are expecting strong, you know, amazing return on investment, and things are not going the way they were planned out, and this can bring a lot of pressure on your boss' psychology. And the essence of you understanding his pressure is for you to know how to interface with him, know how to work with him, so that you don't complicate matters for him. You don't worsen matters for him. You need to understand your boss pressure. It will go a long way to help you. Then the fifth one is for you to offer to take more tasks. If you are through with the tasks that have been assigned to you, and there is still a lot of time for you to play with, don't actually play with the time. Don't just go online looking at comedy skits. You know, don't just be wasting your time playing game with your phone, or, you know, just doing things that are not really adding value to the system. Yes, you have done your bit. You have done your job, the job assigned to you for that day. Ask your boss. Find out, is there still more things that needs to be done? This will help you a long way. This is going to speak positive volume for you. This will open amazing doors for you. And I remember, you know, one of my mentees who was working with a microfinance bank at the time, you know, he was employed as a field officer, a marketer. When he's through with his marketing job for the day, he comes to the office, and then he will always give a helping hand to the assistant operations manager. Now, he's through with his own bit. He's through with his own job. But he just asked for more tasks. And the time came when the assistant operations manager was promoted to become the operations manager. They asked him to recommend an assistant. And the person he recommended is this mentee of mine, this field officer, who, when he's through with his marketing responsibility, come to the office to give him a helping hand when he was an assistant operations manager, was the person he recommended. So asking for more tasks, going that extra mile, will speak positive volume for you that can open amazing doors for you. This is so key, very important. Then the sixth one, we are looking at 6 ways to help your boss to help you. 6 ways to effectively work with your boss. Helping your boss to help you, effectively working with your boss, is you ensuring that you work with him in a way that will create positive results for the organization, positive results for your boss, and also amazing outcomes for you. This is so key. The sixth one is for you to give notice well ahead of time if you are going to be absent, except under some extreme, emergency cases. Give notice well ahead of time. This will go a long way to help your boss to reallocate your tasks, your assignments to other colleagues, to other team members. It will give him ample time well ahead of time to do that. Not that you just, call in that same day, or you just, suddenly, you have gone AWOL, absent without leave, and then you are telling your boss that, sir, I thought I told you. You are very much aware you never told him. I thought I told you. I thought I told you. No. Go beyond that. You are better than that. You are better than that. Give notice well ahead of time. This will help him to know, okay, to assign this role that is normally your this gentleman's role to this person. And this will also go a long way to, show that you care for your colleagues and you care for your teammates. When the situation whereby you are giving notice well ahead of time, they also have their own assigned responsibility or task. And then when you give that notice well ahead of time, your boss will know how to appropriate these tasks to them. And then as well, their own psychology, will kind of be prepared to be able to handle the tasks that will be assigned to them that is not normally their tasks. This is so important. 6 ways to help your boss to help you. When you are helping your boss, you are helping yourself. If your boss is succeeding, you are succeeding. As a way of review, know and understand his performance expectation. Number 2, keep your boss updated, communicate. Number 3, follow your boss preference. Follow his work style, understand his work style. Bosses have different work style. Then number 4, understand his pressures. Number 5, offer to take more tasks. Then number 6, give notice well ahead of time if you are going to be absent. I believe that lots of value have been added to you today, and it's so key that you reach me. And my phone number is 080-6686-5060. I call the number one more time. Now with the country code, especially for those of us outside Nigeria, +234 80-6686-5060. The second line is there as well, right there on the screen. It's 080-529-29120 with the beloved country code, Nigeria beloved country code. It's +234 80-529-29120. Call me, reach me. Let's have, an activation session, a training session with your workers, with your team, with you as the executive, and let's see how we'll be able to take you from point A to that level you need to be, to your next level of success. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. When I return, I remain the amiable Inuarata no Sahai. God bless you.